Hey, good evening, American truckers. Talk this evening about how not to get scammed by these trucking companies out there. They got a bunch of scams. They got a bunch of different ways, gimmicks, smoke and mirrors, con games, whatever you want to call it, that they use to attract drivers. And it works a lot of times because drivers just don't think about it. It looks good, they jump on it. Um, I've seen drivers leave really good companies and go to some of these companies that it's all a joke. It's all a scam. There are several ways that these companies do this. One that's became real popular in recent times is sign-on bonuses. You know, I've seen $10,000 sign-on bonuses, $20,000 sign-on bonuses. You have to ask the questions. Ask the questions when you talk to these companies. Number one, is it all at once or is it spread out? If that sign-on bonus is spread out, how many payments is it spread out into? The other question you want to ask is, are there any other stipulations to getting this sign-on bonus? Do I have to reach a certain mileage? Do I have to, whatever? They've got all kinds of loopholes and different things in there to keep you from getting these sign-on bonuses. And then it may just boil down to the company doesn't pay crap. That money comes from somewhere, trust me. And excuse me, I know I ran to U.S. Express at one time when they were offering like a $10,000 sign-on bonus. That's where I learned my lesson at. But when I did get the bonus, which I think was like once every 30 days, I got like $1,000 or something like that. Dude, my bonus checks looked like regular checks at other companies. My regular checks at U.S. Express were dog crap. They looked like a minimum wage office night stalker at Walmart's checks. I mean, they were nothing. So it really didn't matter. It didn't mean nothing. It didn't mean nothing to walk away from it. I should have never went to it. It was a gimmick. I fell for it. So I'm trying to pass it on so you don't fall for it as well. I had wasted time and energy into a company for no reason. Another thing that trucking companies use to attract drivers, and this one's a little more covert. You'll see on their website, or you'll talk to them, and they'll tell you, okay, well, we're paying, let's throw a number out there, we're paying 60 cents a mile. That's what we'll give you. We'll give you 60 cents a mile to come over here. Okay, sounds good. All right, now here's my next question, and this should be your next question. That's what you want to ask them. How do y'all figure y'all's miles? How do y'all pay y'all's miles? Do y'all pay as a bird flies? Do y'all pay zip code to zip code? Do y'all pay address to address? Practical miles? How do y'all pay? And get it in detail as to how they pay, how they figure their miles up. Because that's one of the ways these trucking companies, they'll say, all right, we'll give you 60 cents a mile, and then they pay zip code to zip code. But they'll never tell you that part. So when you figure it up, you're only actually making 49, 50, 51 cents a mile. It doesn't it doesn't add up, Another way these trucking companies get you is bells and whistles on the trucks. We'll put all these bells and whistles on the trucks. This is what you're going to get. All this stuff costs money, drivers. It's coming from somewhere. And I can tell you what, more than likely, it's coming from your paycheck. Stevens Transport was my lesson in that. Stevens Transport had really nice trucks. They still do. Some of the nicest on the road. The APUs, the whole 9 yards. But Stevens Transport didn't pay squat. Dude, I spent most of my time at Stevens Transport eating ramen noodles. I ate so many ramen noodles that I was cutting up Vienna sausages and putting them in my ramen noodles. I remember sitting in the meat patch up in Kansas, waiting to pick up my load, eating that mixture. I mean, I was broke. That was probably the brokest I ever been in my whole life. Although I gotta say, I made more money in Stevens than I did at U.S. Express. Sad, but true. You know, I mean, drivers, a lot of this stuff's common sense, but we get in a hurry to go somewhere. We get in a hurry to go to work, and we see something that looks good, and we don't put any more thought into it. We gotta start asking these companies more information. You know, it's sad, but when we talk to the recruiters, you need to be skeptical of what they're telling you and think of any way that money could be coming from. You know, um, it's just like these mileage bonuses. Oh, we'll give you 5 cents a mile bonus if you reach 30,000 miles, or whatever. Do they have the freight to make it capable to reach that? The only way you can know that is if you talk to drivers that work there. My advice is talk to at least five of their drivers, because drivers lie, and they want the bonus and different things like that. So they'll tell you whatever whatever to try to get you over there. So I always talk to five, and then I take whatever's the same between the five, and I figure that's truth. Whatever's different between the five is probably BS. It's kind of how I do it. I mean, you do it however you want. But you want to talk to their drivers. Hey, you ever gotten that bonus? If they're like me, they'll show you your paycheck. When drivers approach me in a truck stop, I can pull my paychecks up on my phone, and I just pull my paycheck up. You either like it or you don't. I mean, that's what it is. This is what I'm making, and this is how much my mileage rate is, and this is how much my last bonus was, and that truck right there is what I drive. Point blank. Obviously, I like a recruitment bonus if I can get it, but I've been that driver that's been lied to. I've been that driver that's had high expectations and it not meet when I got to the company that I got talked into going to. So I just don't pump it out there. Even on this channel, I work for Crete, Crete Carriers. If you want to come to Crete, come on. If you want to use my name, great. I can use the money. Morgan Buckley. My driver code is BUCMO. But even if you want to come to Crete and you don't want to use my name, that's great too. We can use good drivers. But I'm not going to lie to you and tell you, hey, it's all sunshine and roses. One of my videos on here is bad things that have happened to me at Crete. So I try to be as honest as possible. Because, making friends, these are drivers, these are brothers and sisters, If you're going to be happier somewhere else, we all got different things we're looking for out of a company. So if you're going to be happier somewhere else, I'd rather you be where you're happiest at, Still be friends. It ain't no sweat off my back. But hope this gives everybody some insight and, maybe a different way of looking at it. These trucking companies, man, they're crooked. This is probably the most crookedest industry I've ever worked in my whole life. You really got to pay attention. It's the only industry I've worked in where you can work all week and not make a dime if you do it wrong. It's tough. It's tough on us mentally, physically. It's a rough industry. Just got to ask questions and get as much information as you can. Get on their website. Compare what they're telling you to what the website says and what drivers say. Compare it all. Take your time when you're looking for another company to go to. Well, I'm in this right here. Y'all be safe. Stay out of trouble. And try to stay warm, drivers. I'll be back out on the road next week. I got to go up to Dallas on Monday and start doing my thing. I'll be recording that and reporting to y'all each day as it goes, what y'all can expect, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I worked for Crete before. I came off the road for a little while. Now I'm headed back, so I got to go through the whole deal again. But it'll give me a chance to update everybody as to what's changed, what's the same, all that kind of stuff. And, of course, what hotel staying in. I got to pick up my rental car this weekend. Crete rents us a car to come up there. Crete don't use buses. And then Crete also doesn't double bunk in hotel rooms. I'll get my own hotel room go check in and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, y'all stay safe and stay warm.